Guys, all back at it again with another vid. This time, it's once again 100 Demons, the second part. And I have some really exciting news to tell you guys. So later this week, I am getting my orders that I bought from Buddy Mart. I'll put their description down in the link below. So what I will end up doing is that once I get my orders, I will end up making I'll make 3 deck profile. I'll try to make 4 deck profiles in the same day. I'll probably only get to 2 and be able to make 2 the next day. So watch out for those. Let's get on with the deck profile. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, donate to the Patreon. I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get on to the spell, item, and impact-ish portion, I guess, and my side deck, because this time I actually have one. Our first spell, Ghetto Shield. That's right, we're so ghetto that we have a shield for it. So, it's pay 1 gauge to use. You may only cast it if you have 2 or more 100 demon cards on your field, so I don't think monsters will actually have to count. And deal 1 effect damage after nullifying the attack. Amazing, it's like Green Dragon Shield, but instead of gaining life, you deal a damage. Problem is, it's harder to get off since you need 2 or more 100 demons cards on your field to actually use the card itself. Still, 100 demons best nullifier. Run it at 4. I run it at 1 because it's a double rare in the what's it called, Lord of 100 Thunder set, and I only pulled 1. Next up, 1 copy of 100 Demons Destructive Power Ragey. This is the thing I was talking about yesterday with Dogga, how I can kill it and then gain 3 life after they charge a gauge and take a damage. You may only cast if you have 100 demons card on your field. Once again, destroy a monster on the opponent's field. Destroy a monster on your field, I'm sorry, and gain 3 life. It's a counter, so even if you don't have Dogga, if you have a center and then they're attacking that center, you could go cast 100 demons Destructive Power Ragey. Destroy my own monster. I gain 3 life and you whip your attack. So technically it's 2 nullifies in 1. Actually really good. I was just running 4 of it, but I only run 1, not because of double rare, but because I only pulled 1. I really wish I had more of this thing. It's really good. Next up, 1 copy of Scorner Gremlin. This is what you take out for either Raigeki or Ghetto Shield, and why this deck isn't complete itself. It's just, you merely cast it during attack on the opponent's turn to nullify it. It sucks because it's just a regular nullifier, but it does not work against link attacks. So, it's like Mars Barrier, basically. Bad, don't run it. I run it because I actually need nullifies. Because I only have a total, without that, I only have 3 nullifies, and then I have a total of 4 cards that act as nullifies, so I need something like that. 100 Demon Sorcery, Yamana Moi, I'm sorry. You may only cast a card if you're being attacked. Move a 100 Demons monster on your field to your center and change the attack target to that. It's kind of like Prism Dragon's Auto Athora, but it doesn't change the attack target from the fighter to the monster. It brings the monster to the center and acts as a wall. Good news is, if you're running like the variant that has 100 Demon Thunderclaw Raigeki? I'm sorry, I haven't heard the card's name in a long time. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's basically kill your center and it gets +1 crit. And then it can attack. Here's the thing though. Like, you can run this in that deck since you never want to kill Yamigeto and you always want to have Yamigeto in the center. So you can run Yamigeto in that. You can call Yamigeto to your left or right, and then equip the item, blow up your center, and then call it back using a certain set spell that I wish I had. And then, during your opponent's turn, they somehow kill your center, cast this, move Yamigeto to your center, and now you have a sold up center that they have to deal with. Unfortunately, it doesn't give a move. I really wish it did. Speaking of which, I took a card out of my deck, which I don't know why I did. I'm getting it back now. It's in my sideboard now. So, yeah, run it at like 4 or 2, I guess. I say 2 in the sideboard, 2 in the main deck. You've finally done it. Yes, because Hero World has the best names. You may only cast this card when you take damage by an opponent's card, whether it's by effect or by, what's it called? Or by an attack, as in if they cast an impact and you're still alive for whatever reason, you can cast it. Draw a card, then if you have a Dark Hero, 100 Demons, a monster on your field, draw 1. Problem is, unlike the other spells that required 100 Demon, you have to actually have a monster on your field for this one, which kind of sucks. But then again, it's easy to do. Next up, 2 copies of 100 Demon Sorcery Yamitage. You only cast this card during attack on the opponent's turn. You have 100 Demons card on your field. Nullify the attack. Plain old easy. It's the best nullifier. Cut down Scorn of Gremlin for this thing. If you can't get another Ghetto Shield or Reiki, then cut down Scorn of Gremlin for this. Really nice. It's a Chowdet card, so you wouldn't expect the Chowdet Shield to be that good unless you're Dragon World, but yeah. 100 Demon Sorcery. Baron Futo, the thing that took out one of the cards in the sideboard. Set card. All monsters on your left and right gain 1,000 power and 1,000 defense. Okay, before I get to the rest of this thing's skill, it's really useful since every 100 demons card that exists that is not a size 3 has either horrible stats, or if it's a size 2, it has decent stats. So, yeah. This actually helps because it does its job. And then its second effect is when it's destroyed, when this card's put into the drop zone by any means, whether you destroy it yourself somehow or your opponent destroys it, both are going to be by card effects, of course. You search your deck for up to one size 0 and add it to your hand. Here's why I love this card. It's never been destroyed by an effect before, but if it was ever destroyed by effect, after I cast it and it's destroyed, I can search my deck for, crap, I lost it. No! Where'd it go? Okay. Oh, there it is. So, I can search my deck for, and I can't find it. Okay. So, I forgot what it's, okay, I know what it does. So, anyways, it's basically pay 2 life, search your deck for up to, call size 3 monster from your hand by paying its, without paying its call cost, a once per turn effect. So, essentially, you can search your deck for that if you have Yamiget on your hand, and then call it for free, which is really nice. Yeah, 2 copies, don't want any more. It's either you run 2 copies in the main deck, or you run 2 copies in the side deck. Don't put it 1-1, because that's really dumb. Next up, 2 copies of 100 Demons Formation Thundermine Stance. I'm thinking about buying 2 more copies of this, and then just taking out the other one, maybe. Set, obviously, and then Counteract. During your opponent's main phase, anytime during their main phase, whether it's the beginning or the end, I originally thought it was the beginning, but it's not. Call a size 2 or less monster with Thundermine from your drop zone by paying its call cost. Once per turn effect, you can only set 1 at a time. I like this card because you essentially get to call back stuff. Like, say your opponent charged Gage last turn. Like, say you're playing Dragon World and you attack with Dialga, or you attack with something else and Dialga is still standing, and they did Blue Dragon Shield, gain a Gage. Even though they take a damage, Dialga still dies by an effect. Well, then, if this is set on the field during their main phase, sure, you don't get the plus off it after they charge the Gage if they do decide to, but you get it back. Or any other Thundermine, so you can kind of set it up for plays. And what I like to do at the beginning of their main phase, because then it restricts their plays. Because then they can go like, do I want to take a damage to call something now? Or do I just want to hold it back? I push my opponent to a corner with that because of how annoying it is. Where I had that triple formation where if they call anything but a size 0, they take effect damage. So they were in a corner. And they literally passed their turn because they didn't have an item either. And I was like, haha, you lose. Next up is 3 copies of Star Yamigeto. Set. You can only set 1 on the field, and when a monster on your field is destroyed, gain a Gage, not once per turn. So this is pretty much the Gage engine. Run it at 4, okay? I'm missing 1 copy, but I'm gonna buy it soon, okay? So run it at 4. Now on to our items, because we actually want them in this deck. 2 copies of Hungry Claw Reiki. 7k power, 1 crit. Pay 2 Gage to equip it. It can attack even if you have a center. So, yeah, really good. It works with Yamigeto. You can have a Solar Up center, and you can have that equipped. Next up, 2 copies of Fiendish Blade, Unarikia. 3k power, 2 crit. Pay Gage and life to equip. It does the same thing as Reiki. Just suck your power stats, but 1 more crit, I guess. I'm cutting the... Don't worry, I'm going to get rid of them both when I get better items. But for right now, that's my item. Now on to our sideboard. As you can see, it's not necessarily complete. Most of the cards you just saw between this type of file and the other one are going to be on the sideboard after I get my customizations. 1 copy of Podum Golem, Jarum. 1k power, 3k defense, critical 1. You may only call if you have a dungeon enemy or 100 demons monster on your field. When your opponent's dealt damage by the effect of a card, gain 2 Gage. Really nice. It does its job. It's also the Gage engine, so if you ever need Yamigeto stuff, I run it because God punks exist, and I run it at 1 because even in the sideboard, even if I put it there, it's not going to be useful, and plus the amount of draw power that the deck can gain. So yeah. Also the fact that it only works when they take damage by Thunder Mine and nothing else. Oh no, by any effect, I'm sorry. So Flame Breath works. Cool. Next up, 2 copies of my Rock Dragon Gauragon. 2k power, 2k defense, critical of 1 when your opponent's dealt damage by the effect of your Thunder Mine, pay a gauge, and destroy an item or spell on their field. This works against Cosmo Man, because Transform, die. This works against Astral Dragons if they don't have Galaxy Formation complete, die. This also works against Cosmo Man's Set Spell, die. It works. 2 copies in the sideboard. I only run this for the Astro Dragon and Cosmo Man set since nothing else is really relying on those 2. Next up, 2 copies of 100 Demon Sorcery Mad Dancing set. All monsters on your field can move. I took this out for Remoto, but after I get the sideboard, after I get the full deck complete, I might add in that thing I told you about with the Yamigeto move thing. So I might, I don't know. Next up, 2 copies of 100 Demons Raid, 100 Legion. You only cast this card if you have 2 or more monsters with Dungeon Enemy or 100 Demons on your field. Pay with 2 gauge. Choose one of the following 2. Either destroy all size 2 or less monsters on the opponent's field and deal 2 damage, or destroy all spells on the field and deal 2 damage. Really nice. Nukes the field. 2 copies of my sideboard. So, that was the deck, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is a fun deck for me. I love playing it. And after I'm done with this, I'm going to try to find my card, which is really important to me, and in this deck, I'm missing it. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and donate to the Patreon. And don't forget to raise your flag.